This is tutorial 7-4 in GIS tutorial workbook 2. In this exercise, we're going to be calculating standard deviational ellipse. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to do a lot what the standard distance did, except it's going to take direction more into account. In standard distance, it just did a perfect circle. In this one, distance will kind of be weighed in. So it will give more accurate description of how far they're going in and what direction they're going in. So we're going to do this twice, once with weights and once without. We'll do without first. And we're going to go into our Arc toolbox. Once again, we're going to go into Spatial Statistics tool, Measuring Geographic Distance, or Distribution, I'm sorry. And we're going to do Directional Distribution, also known as Standard Differential Ellipse. And we're going to use our calls for service. We're going to save it. I'm just going to call this ellipse. We're going to stick with the one standard deviation. We're not going to use a weight for this one, and we're going to use station as the case field, or like I said in the last exercise, we would just get one ellipse for all of the features. Okay, and now, as you can see, first they want us to go in and change the colors, or mainly just the transparency. I'm just going to turn it to 40%. And as you can see, station 5, this circle is more showing of the shape of the county. 14 has kept almost a circle. It's not a perfect circle, but it's pretty close. And for 5, you can see it's going mostly up and down. For 8, it's mainly going west and east. 2 is going at like sort of diagonal from west to east. And 1 is going diagonal from east to west. Now, I'm going to go a step further than the book, and I'm going to add the standard distance that we did in the previous. Just make sure it's the one without the weights, just to show you the difference. And I'm going to change the color to the ellipse to be rose colored. That way we can see them a little bit better than blue on blue. And I'm going to get rid of the transparency because it's hard when one is transparent and the other is not. Okay. Now as for 14, you can see that it's almost the same. It squeezed in a little bit more here and sticks out more here, but overall it's almost a circle still. 5, you can see that it has narrowed very much. I'm going to actually bring that one over. Narrowed on the sides more and sticks out more. Same with 8, 2, and 1. 1 not so much as the others though. So we're done with that, and we're going to now do it with the importance of the call weighed in on. So we're going to go back into our tool. We're going to, I'm just going to call this one ellipse W. FEE is our call importance field. And then we're going to just use station again as our case field. Okay. Now we're going to turn on my first one without the weights, and as you can see, it has changed. In 14, it has shrunk a little bit, just like it did in the last tutorial when we used weights for standard distance. And the same thing has happened to all of them. Now, if you want, you can go on and add the weight distance to see how it compares to the ellipse with weight. It's going to look a lot similar to what the one I showed earlier in this tutorial. And that's it for this tutorial.